A fixed surveillance camera monitors people coming out of a building. Most are not on any terrorist watch list. But this person is, and his face is recognised automatically, triggering an alert.
The way this technology works is by setting cameras up in busy places, high streets such as here on the South Bank or outside public places. They'll scan hundreds, if not thousands, of faces. If the person is unknown to the authorities, the cameras will ignore them. But if they're on some sort of watch list, there'll be an alert like this, which will be sent to the appropriate place.
It's absolutely impossible to use conventional means against that number of people. It can't be done. Just doing the arithmetic, the number of people required, it cannot be done.
The technology is able to do that job right now, and therefore it is the responsibility of society, politicians, to decide what is the appropriate way that might be deployed.
Facial recognition has advanced dramatically over the last 5 years, thanks to machine learning and artificial intelligence. This British company says its recognition systems get 10 times more accurate every 3 to 6 months, and that they're being used by counter-terrorism agencies around the world every day.
As this technology advances, real-time facial recognition is becoming the next frontier. It could soon become available to American police, making it easier to track wanted criminals, missing persons, and suspected terrorists.
This is a typical surveillance camera, except this one is loaded with the facial recognition capability. So now you can see that it's capturing everyone that's coming out of this doorway, typical crowded space.
So you've got an unknown on the left, you've got this person's a high risk on the right.
Yeah, so what do we see here? Somebody who's on our list has been spotted coming out of this entrance by a typical unmanned surveillance camera. And then if you look at the top left-hand side of the screen, because that's registered a match, now what we'll see is the identity of that person who's come through that doorway, and that alert will go to the right place. And this could be one of many, many thousands of such cameras in use every single day of the week, looking for people against that database all of the time. The state of the art is changing, and what we have now is the ability to do much more in the real world in real time. So what we're showing today is a capability that can be much more in the Jason Bourne style, i.e. we're looking for people in the real world as they go about their everyday lives.
We are able to pick up faces almost instantly as they appear in a camera, whereas traditional facial recognition has been you have to get in front of the camera and then perform some form of action. And we believe that that real-time element is key in order to give information early for officer safety or for public safety. So you've already got the information about whether there's a risk by the time someone arrives at the camera or at the point where they're being inspected in some way.
The system uses an artificial intelligence technique called machine learning.
You feed the computer, millions of reference images where you know what the results are, and the computer knows those results as well. And then when you feed it images that it hasn't seen before, then it's able to infer what they might be. What we allow the system to do is to learn to become ever better at the job of recognising people as they go out and about.
The system's designers say it can even work in bad light. When we did our experiment, it recognised faces through glass.
Digital Barriers is a British company that has made their real-time facial recognition technology available to clients within the US government. That's it spotting me on a street in Western Virginia.
So what we're doing is we are constantly scanning the scene that the camera can see, looking for faces. And then we are basically throwing those faces into a neural net, so a machine learning capability that is comparing that against all the faces that it's been asked to look for. So a watch list of different persons of interest. And then if there's a fit against that, then it creates an alert for someone to respond to.
Advanced face recognition will never replace conventional intelligence gathering, but it could help manage the watch list. Given the scale of the threat, will society accept it?
I think it's finding that happy balance of where the security and safety of our law enforcement and obviously American people, US citizens, becomes a happy balance, because facial recognition can help the officer, and it is definitely a safety issue.
So our technology now is 35 times more accurate than it was 3 years ago, and we absolutely agree there needs to be a debate about the appropriate and proportionate use of facial recognition. It shouldn't be everywhere, and it shouldn't look at everyone.
Ever-lengthening watch list, some say the trade-off between intrusion and security must change.
I'm concerned about civil liberties, as is anybody. But I'm even more concerned about making sure we use the best kit we can to take the fight to the terrorists. We do not want to be having memorial services. We do not want to be thanking the blue light services for their outstanding response. We don't want to be doing this anymore. And anything we can do to fight the terrorists and serious criminals, we should be using.